Welcome. Today I'll be walking you through a practical exercise that will assist you to identify, confront, and release any limitations that will be holding you back. That way you will create space for the new you to emerge. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? Well, the first step in this exercise is for you to grab one of your most beautiful journals and a pen. I always like to have a new journal for each exercise. I know that might sound like a lot, but I have found that when you truly deep dive into the exercise that's in front of you, you will write and write and write, and then you have it all together in one beautiful journal. So maybe you would like to go and buy yourself a beautiful journal for this exercise. But if that's going to stop you from doing it now, just grab whatever you can. Grab your journal, a beautiful pen, and then find a space where you know that you will not be interrupted for anything from 30 to 90 minutes, because now is your time. I like to call it me time, because your me time is very, very important for you, because you have all your answers within. But because we live in a world that is so noisy, so busy all the time, we don't stop, we don't reflect, and we don't find our true answers because we're way too busy looking outside of ourselves, not realizing that we are the master we are seeking. So the first step is for you to go and grab your beautiful journal, your pen, and find a nice quiet space where you know you will not be interrupted. In nature is always a great little spot to go to, mainly because we connect with nature, and the green of it and the colors really assist us to deep dive in further to find our true answers. Now that you're in your beautiful quiet space with your journal and your pen, we're going to do the first step, which is reflection and identification. Reflect on your current limitations. Now, these can be fears, negative self-beliefs, past traumas, or anything that you feel may be holding you back. Write down all of the limitations in your journal. This may take a little while, but this is a personal journey and you're in no hurry. It's really good to write them all down so that you can focus on what is actually holding you back. What's stopping you from becoming the person that you so want to be? Remember, this is a personal exercise. No one else is going to read this. So don't hold back. Really deep dive into all the limitations. And if you're not sure that you have anything, think of a goal that you have been dying to achieve for a long time. Now, what has stopped you from really achieving that goal, even taking the first step? That is a limitation. That in itself is something that is holding you back from achieving your goals, your hopes, dreams, your aspirations. So write down all of the limitations that are holding you back. The second step is for us to have understanding and acceptance. More than likely, you're frustrated that you have these limitations in your life, that they're holding you back from achieving your hopes, dreams, and aspirations. So what we're going to do is, for every limitation that you have listed in your journal, we're going to find the origin, where this limitation has come from. Is it from past experiences? Is it from external factors? Or is it a self-imposed limiting belief? So often, our beliefs aren't even ours. They've come from external factors. They could have been created through the growing up process. But it's important for us to find the origin, because once we find the origin, we can then foster acceptance and, of course, compassion for ourselves. So take your time with this. It's really important. Maybe you need to close your eyes and look at the limitation. Ask yourself, where did this first come from? What is the core of this limitation? Close your eyes and then just listen. you'll be surprised how the answers just flow in, and then start writing them down, and do not edit them. Just allow them to flow. And then when you've finished, read them back, and I'm pretty sure that you'll be surprised with what you have written down. The third step is a visualization and release. I find this step really fulfilling. When you do it at the end, you just feel so much lighter. And the reason why you feel so much lighter is what you're going to do is grab one of the limitations that you've written down and turn it into a physical object or an identity. Now, you could turn it into a stack of dynamite. You could turn it into a bird or a ship. And the reason that I'm saying these objects, and create your own, something that you really can visualize quite easily, because you're going to visualize this object being released from your body, but released from your area, from your life forever. So let's go with the bomb, sort of a stack of dynamite or a bomb, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes and you're going to visualize this limitation as this stack of dynamite. And what you're going to do is you're going to put it in an area that you know no one is around. You know, it's an area where this is not going to affect anyone. And as you put it there, you're going to walk away as you would, and then you're going to blow it up. So it's like you're blowing it up and you're releasing it from your body. You're discarding it forever. And the whole idea is that as when you blow it up, you can see it go up into the air, and all the little fragments are dispersed. Some go out into the air and float off. Some fall back to the ground. But what you know for sure is that it is no longer whole. It has been released forever. Now, if you choose an animal, say a bird, you can visualize you releasing the bird into the air and it's flying off, never to return to you. Whatever object you decide this limitation is, and go ballistic. It can be anything. It's your imagination. And as we know, that has unlimited possibilities. You may choose one object for one limitation or another object for another, and I highly recommend that each of your limitations have its own unique object or animal or physical object that you are going to release. This is a visualization and a release of that limitation so that you will be able to move forward without having it in you. And take note, just before you start the visualization, just do a body scan to see any niggles, how you're feeling. And then after you release this limitation, then come back after rejoicing and feeling so satisfied with what you have actually just visualized. Do a body scan again and see how much lighter, see how much different you feel, because you have released this limitation and it's gone. It's gone. Enjoy this part and really take the time. And you may decide to do one a day for however long that you have them, or one every couple of days. Just slowly release your limitations, one at a time. Don't just do them boom, boom, boom. Release that limitation and then see how you feel for a day or so, and then move on to your next one. This is a fabulous exercise. I love this part of it. Blow it up. Get it out of your life forever. Do whatever you want to do. That's the most important thing, because we all are unique. Step 4 is writing a letter of farewell to your limitation. Now I get it. This probably seems a little crazy. Seriously, you want me to write a letter to a limitation? But let's look at it as something that has been part of you for a long time. Now, this limitation has held you back, but it's also kept you safe. So the first step is when you write this letter is you're going to thank this limitation for how it has protected you, for however amount of time it has been in your life. Yes, it has held you back, but it's also protected you from going into a situation where you possibly were not ready for that situation. And sometimes we do enter situations too early and we do damage. We get this great conversation that we're waiting for a while, but we're truly not ready for it. And therefore, we miss the opportunity of where that situation could have taken us. So the first step in the letter is that you're going to thank the limitation for how it has protected you up until now. The second part of the letter is you're now going to say farewell. It's time for you to move beyond this limitation, that your hopes, dreams, and aspirations require you to move on and past this limitation. And that's the letter. It's quite simple. And to be honest, it's a really beautiful process, mainly because the more senses you invoke in regards to these limitations that have been holding you back, the easier it comes for the limitation to be released, to no longer be part of your life. You've probably noticed that we've thought about it, we've felt into it, we've understood the origin, and then we've blown it up. We've got rid of it, we've released it. And now we're going to write this letter, one of gratitude and one of farewell, because now it's time for the relationship between your limitation and you to end. And isn't this the most beautifulest way to do it? Now, write this letter for all of your limitations, not all at the same time, and please make them all different. There are different things that this limitation, each limitation, would have held you back from. So go into the detail. And the more you write, the more you invoke your senses, the more that you will find this awareness comes in for you. And the more aware you are, the more that you can easily move forward and take those action steps so that you can create the life that you have been dreaming about for probably way too long. Step 5, a commitment to growth. Now that you have released that limitation from within you, you've created a space within your body. And it's now time for you to decide how you would like to fill that space within you. What is that new aspect that you would love to bring into your life? An aspect that will assist you to be able to fulfill all of your hopes, dreams, and aspirations. Now, this could be a new behavior, a new way of behaving, so to speak, or it could be a new belief, or it could just be new traits that you have decided that you need to have these qualities, these traits, in order for you to be that person that you have been visualizing that you want to be for too long. So write down what this is that you would like to introduce into your life. What quality is it that you require? And then write down the action steps and possibly even some affirmations or things that you need to do on a daily basis so that you can have these new aspects of you within you. This is a really great part of the exercise because it really does assist you to dive deeper into who that person is that you have been wanting to become for a long time. We've removed the limitations so we can go and achieve it. But maybe we need something new that we need to start doing. So take your time with this. Don't rush it, because the new qualities that you're bringing into your life are going to assist you to go faster and higher than you have ever thought possible. Well done. You have completed today's exercise for 1 limitations. Over the next few days or weeks, revisit this exercise and do the process for all of the limitations that you wrote down in step 1 today. Then, on a regular basis, revisit this exercise, because there may be more limitations that rear their head, that become obvious to you. And there may also be new aspects of yourself that you would like to introduce. Though it's always best to release something, create that hole within you, and then fill it with the new aspects of you. There is always something that we can release, some little trait that we have that we find it's time for us to stop doing. Always there will be something that we want to continue doing and something new that we would like to start doing. This is an ongoing process. That's what transformation is all about. So dedicate time each week for you to grab your journal and your trusty little pen and go find your quiet space. A different space in nature every time is ideal. Ensure that you can always become the best version of you. You are the master you are seeking, and within you, you have all of your answers. Until next time, always remember that you are simply the best.